Spent most of the week catching up at the office job, but I did spend a few evenings chiseling away on the router mill. The deck is 36 inches in length by 20 inches wide. It seems a bit larger than usual for a router mill, but my complaint with the old one is it was too small. I'd built myself into a corner. So I'm going larger because I might want to do bass drums, who knows. So I got the deck plates, got a groove down the middle for some T-track. You'll see how that works later. The end caps are a lamination of 2 plies of 3/4 inch. Little buttresses here to hopefully keep everything square. 2 plies also allow my vertical caps from the table saw mill to fit on this, so I'll be able to router the outside of shells, either from the bottom or from the top, which is a track that has yet to be made. I'll probably have 2 versions of that track, one for a trim router, one for a full-size router, and I think I have it worked out that I can use the same track to do the inside of a drum as I do the outside of a drum from above. But we'll see how that works out as we go. I still need to cut the slots, build the adjustable blocks that hold the rollers. More compost bins showed up yesterday, but I need to build the side fence and a gate before I can put those in. Spring is sprung and the projects have begun. Saturday, early afternoon, got Jim here. We'll find out what he's doing in a bit. Gonna start with a quick shop cleanup so we're not tripping over ourselves. And then get the initial plan for the day. Jim's already getting text messages from the ladies. Jim's getting text messages from the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
How did you know it's from a lady?
I love watching him work. Jump started.
Reminds me of my motorcycle. Anyway, I guess that's about it. It didn't sound very good the last time I turned it on.
Oh, yeah, that vacuum started dying
Brushes.
last night, yeah.
The brushes are gone.
Give it a couple. That's the brush. Yeah, I think it's done.
You get new brushes for these things for nothing.
Yeah.
It just takes 2 hours to change them.
Yeah.
I don't know who the guy is that got carried away with hide glue in here, but it was probably a Friday, and hopefully he got fired. Work order on this old rope drum is clean it up and make it sound good. So I cut back all those protruding nails, chipped away and sanded away the excess hide glue. I've waxed it with Odie's oil, retained the original label. Carroll Drum Service, George Carroll. It's got a lap joint held by tacks. It's got a decorative tack pattern on it. A really lumpy scarf joint for these re-rings. So needs bearing edges cut creatively because of all the lumpiness. And snare beds fixed, probably widened and reduced, so you gotta sand this whole edge down on the table. So we'll let the oil dry and then tackle that part later.
Can't happen.
I gotta sand this back.
All that monkeying around back and forth, you can hit closer.
Daryl and my other brother Daryl are working on the mill.
Now they're tight.
Make
Let's
sure
hope it reads.
didn't make it jump.
Yeah. All right. There's 1 or 2. Right there is 0. Right there, 0.
All right.
All right, now the next axis is going to be even more difficult. We got these 2 bolts here, and well, let's see what it is first.
It's about 14.
14. Eesh. Right, so we got 7 on this axis.
Last week this got a coat of blush out to try to get the moisture pulled out of the finish. Gonna sand it back again, see where we land after another coat of lacquer. Did you guys flip a coin to choose who went up top?
Something like that.
Is this so you don't break your phone when you fall, or you want to
No, I want you to take a picture.
Alright, so I should probably get this indicator into a useful spot, huh?
Yep.
The more I get, the higher you look.
So this number should be going up as you push it, right?
Yeah.
Alright. You ready?
Yep.
It's worse than Okay.
Oh, that was a big jump right there.
Yeah, it sure was. Let's see where that puts us.
I felt that all the way up here. I could feel the movement.
It's tight now, just.
Okay, that's down to 8 or 9.
Okay. Try it. Now, it's funny the way that jumped, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost like it wanted going back to where it wanted to be almost. I don't know.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, tell me when to start.
Go for it. Okay, let's see what that did.
Is it moving?
Doesn't feel like it. Is it sitting on that board now? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's on the board.
Okay, let's see
Well,
where.
14 was our number, I thought, when we started. I lowered the table again.
Mm-hmm.
It practically fell down. It's really gotten loose. It's gonna, in another couple of weeks, that Z-axis is gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, it's really kind of working itself in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny. It's almost like getting something that's new, where you got to kind of like
Yeah.
break it in. It's just
Really.
like probably just been sitting in that spot for years, and so now it's like.
Well, we saw it again with that stick slip here, the way
Yeah.
you know, and I think he had it the way he wanted it. All right. Good to see you.
Cool,
guys.
man. Thank you.
Yep, see you next week. Have a good one.
See you, Jib. The old sandpaper on a carpenter pencil trick.
You know it.
Oh yeah. I did a climb cut on the end grain of those blocks to reduce blowout, because the test piece, that's exactly what happened. If you're not comfortable doing a climb cut, don't. I'm not comfortable swimming with sharks, so I don't. And then Bill hits them with the orbital sander. What grit is that? 220 maybe?
Really worn out 220.
And then he follows up with the flexible 220. And then he does the old pencil trick for the slot. And then we just got to get some longer bolts, because all the blocks get attached to these clips, which then clamp onto the rim or the hoop.
Yeah, should work out pretty well.
We had to order longer bolts. We're going with brass. While we wait for those, we're going to do the countersinks and get them all oiled up so they're ready to go as soon as the hardware shows up. I gave it a taste.
Oh yeah?
It's waxy.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Do not recommend.
Does it taste like lemon?
No, I can't say that this is the move, but it's a move. And it works. Starting with a slot, just a piece of rag wrapped around a wooden chopstick. And then I'll go back and hit the outsides. Figured this would be the biggest pain in the butt part of it, but it's not that bad. Good to go. Keep this saturated cloth because they work better when they're saturated. Inside. Got the ladies oiled up. We got to cut some veneer. We have to get this sized for the 10 snares, shipped out for printing to our buddies at where?
And Woodshed Stage Art. Gonna do some sweet printing direct to veneer for us.
Alright, get to it. The drums are 16 inches deep. We've decided to use the top edge as reference, give ourselves a 1/4 inch on the bottom. So we're going to cut the veneer strips to 16 1/4. We do our measurements on each end. We do another one in the middle to make sure that our straight edge isn't bowing. It's a dummy check basically. This is after 4 coats of lacquer. And I think we're shooting for 9, so we'll see how it goes. The day wasn't jam-packed with excitement, but I think we striked everything that was on the list. You're always shooting for more that's on the list, but I don't think we came up short. Veneer widths are ready to go. I think Bill's gonna trim the lengths a little more, make some marks to designate what's the top, where the center is, make it all easy for the printers. Get that shipped out Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. Get this thing put back together at some point.
Yeah, hopefully I can do that this week.
I mean, the highlight of my day was watching Jim be a billy goat.
Climbing up on top of the mill, yeah, like a mountain goat.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That guy. That's why we all need to do yoga. That's what he said.
Yep. And you too can climb on top of the mill when you're in your 70s.
Yeah. That's my aspiration.
Alright. I'm glad we got that mill trimmed up though. That is pretty awesome. It's also nice to learn how to do that.
Thanks, Billy Goat Jim.
Yep.